13 amazing pumpkin drawing ideas. Hey Shooby-Doodlers, how are you doing? Well, today I'm going to show you how to draw this really easy scary pumpkin face. And what we're going to do is start up there and we're going to bring it around like a teardrop. And we'll bring it around and we'll stop about there. Bring that up there. And we're going to do a zigzag at the top, across the top like that. And then here we're going to go around like that. And then here we're going to go around like that. And a bit of a zigzag there where it's kind of been snapped off the stalk. And then we can do 1, 2, 3 in there. And now here I'm going to draw a big kind of loop like that. And a loop like that. And then bring that up to there. And then that up to there, and then we can copy this, kind of echo that angle, what would you call it? And then here we start square on there and then come in at a curve, and then we'll have a kind of smile. Zig zag, zig zag, zig zag, zig zag, and then we draw a line in there, out and down, out and down and up there like that, and then that one goes up there. Now we're going to need a little bit of shadow, so I'm going to start around about there and make those a little bit sort of shorter as you go back, and then that can come just a little bit sort of longer and shorter around about there like that. All you need to do is to fill in these areas in black, and then fill the rest of it in orange, and then a little bit of yellowy green on the top for the stalk. And there you go, how to draw a scary pumpkin. Hey Shooby-Doodlers, how are you doing? Well, it's coming up to Halloween, so I am going to draw you 4 in fact, different kinds of kind of pumpkin heads. So this one's got quite a kind of a longish, tallish kind of face, and we want to have the stalk has been sort of snapped off like that. And I'm going to start by putting kind of a curve and a curve like that, and that's going to come out and around and up, out and around and up like that. And then I'm going to do kind of the thickness of the skin like that, and then we're going to do 2 little kind of nostrils like that. And then I'm going to just do very simply, actually going to come quite low down like that, and then go up, zigzag, 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 and then we can just do the teeth kind of with the thickness of the thing like that. So that's one. And then I'm going to draw this one's going to be more kind of kind of up and down and up and down, and sort of slightly irregular like that. And let's put a little curly stalk on it like that. And now here I'm going to draw, it's a kind of an S shape, a sideways S shape, and then we want to come down and around and up. This will come down and around and up, and then we're going to do a similar kind of thing to get the thickness. And then I'm just going to do lots of zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. I'm going to do this really kind of quite zigzaggy, this one, all the way up there, and then all the way up here. So this is quite quite zigzaggy and quite vicious, I suppose, really. And then we want to do these kind of thicknesses, and then we'll start on the other angle like that. There we are, just to get that. And some of these you might want to see a thickness too, like that. There we are. So that's the second one. And now, oh yeah, what shall we do now? The next one I'm going to make just a little bit more. I'm just going to kind of draw it around like that. So this one's going to be just like something like that. So this one's going to be a bit more fun. So we're going to do 2 semicircles like that and across like that there. So the semicircle and across, and then we're going to want to come and do our semicircles up around like that. You might want a bit there and a bit there, and then I'm going to just do a simple little triangle-y nose, and again I think we'll just have a simple should we have like a one tooth kind of thing like that there, so that will come down, that will want to go there. Ooh, we needed that there as well, didn't we, like that. So that's a very simple kind of silly one. And now I'm going to do another one. We're going to do one of those kind of long flat ones that you get like that, and that's going to want to have its stalk sticking up there like that again. And now we're going to come across and do a little semicircle and across here, across, a little semicircle and across, kind of going up a bit like that, and then that's going to go around and back to there. So the thickness will kind of look like that, and that will come there and around there. And shall I give him some kind of a nose like that? And then the mouth, I'm going to kind of put sort of sharp fangs. Fangs for the memory. Now look, this week, keep coming back every day until Halloween, because this week, well, the next few days until Halloween, I will be doing a Halloween themed drawing every single day, just to keep you going and give you kind of ideas for what to draw on Halloween. When you're sure the ink is dry, then you can erase any pencil lines. And pumpkins can come in some pretty weird colours, so you could do this one in a kind of an ochre-y, yellowy brown, and a little green stalk. This can be a traditional orangey colour. In case you're wondering what I'm painting with, this is a Pentel Aquash water brush. So I'm painting with watercolour here. I've got my little paint box, and the water is in the handle, which means you don't have to keep looking for bottles of water and stuff like that, so it's always there and it's always ready for you to use, as long as you've got water in the handle. And let's make this one a bit more red. If you want to know more about this paintbrush, then I've got links in the description box below. And as with all pumpkin drawings, it's good if you cut them out and put them against a black background. Hey there, and welcome to Draw Stuff Real Easy. And again, we're doing pumpkin-y kind of Halloween stuff. Right, so split this circle up and then kind of make it slightly flatter and kind of curve those bits up at the top like that, so it's not so circular. Draw a great big kind of smile and then teeth in there like that, and you're going to want to have nice great big eyes. So let's go like that. Don't draw the lumpy bits all the way down, just kind of, you can just hint at them with dots like that. Like that, there we go. There. And then a triangle there. Make sure you've got this kind of V coming in like that, and then that gives you the evil kind of look. Up like that one. And then you're going to see some of this like that there. And I think we can carry on those kind of marks around like that. We're going to want to see some kind of green bits there and something like that for the stalk. And if I just erase, you're going to want to, you can just colour it in, of course, but I'm going to shade that in because I want the mouth to look like there's light coming out of it. So if you're colouring it in, make sure that the mouth is kind of bright and white or yellow, and something like that. There we go. And I'm going to just put a little bit of kind of shading coming down on the inside there, and just a little bit like that. Good. And then a bit of shading on the ground. How's that looking? Lovely. Happy Halloween, Shooby-Doodlers. How are you doing today? Well, I've been doing quite a few Halloween videos these last few days, and this one is just a little bit of fun. This is kind of how to draw the Halloween pumpkin man. Run, run, run as fast as you can. so this is kind of what I'm doing. So we want to have a kind of a pumpkin head, and we'll make that like that. And then we want to have the nice stalk on there as well. And I think we're going to kind of make this a bit more fun and sort of spin that around into a kind of a little top knot thing there. Maybe have a few little marks in there. And then we're going to want the eyes. So we're going to do this kind of S shape like that, and then bring that around down and come back across like that. And I think we're going to have sort of a bit of shade in the middle there like that. And then we're going to have some in the nose. And we're going to have, if you want to draw more pumpkins, then check here. I've got another video showing you how to draw different kinds of pumpkin heads. And this is just a bit crazy, isn't it, really? There we go. So let's have a bit of kind of 3D effect in there as well. And then a gingerbread man is generally kind of quite sort of curvy and wobbly, isn't he, really? So and we want to have him kind of running as well, so because you got to run, run, run as fast as you can. And so we'll have that like that. And then we usually kind of have a bit of icing or something, don't they, on a gingerbread man to kind of delineate the hands. And I think I'm going to do the same across there and across there like that. And then we need some little kind of pom-poms as well, usually currants or raisins or something like that. When you're sure the ink is dry, then you can erase all those pencil lines. I think it works better with the eyes inked in, and then the nose as well, and then we can do the mouth. And yes, I'm using my Pentel brush pen again. People keep asking about it. And you'll find links to it down in the description box below. And I also, people always ask about the other pen I use, which is the Rotring Ticky Graphic, which is this one, which I like a lot because it's definitely black and it's definitely waterproof, which is really important for me when I do watercolours on the top. So I'm just going to do some very simple kind of shading around the edge like that, just to give a little bit of kind of curviness to the edges. Just very, very simple. And then I think these should be quite dark too, but I'm going to kind of scribble in to leave a little bit of shininess. And I think we're going to want a bit of shadow underneath there too, and probably a little bit of shadow in the pumpkin itself. Bit of shadow there to make that kind of go behind, and we could put some more bits of shadow in there like that. And then I'm going to put some shadow to put him on the ground, and then a bit of horizon line, and then maybe some kind of whoosh lines to make him run. And there you go. Happy Gingerbread Halloween. Hey Shooby-Doodlers, how are you doing? Well, it's day 2 in my Halloween kind of little section of things that I'm doing. So this is going to be the head of a pumpkin scarecrow, and he's going to want a hat. So draw a little curve across like that, and a little curve coming back. Then this will come up to the headband and across like that, and then we're going to want it to be kind of wiggling off like that. Now we're going to want eyes, so they're just going to be hidden kind of underneath there, and then the kind of mouth is be there. We're going to want to, we'll just plot out kind of the shape of where everything's going to fit. So these will be sleeves. We can maybe make this a bit longer, and then a body. And maybe we'll have that at a bit of an angle, and then a stick coming down there. Hands. Let's draw this thing. Now I'm going to start here, and I'm going to come around and up there and here, and then we'll come up around. So this is going to be the kind of hat band across around like that, and then we can make this quite kind of jagged there, and then this is where the sort of brim of the hat is like that. And now let's draw this kind of pumpkin head in like there, and then we can have these kind of evil eyes. Maybe that's the thickness of the skin of the pumpkin, and then we put a couple little eyes in there to make it look a bit more frightening, and then little kind of nostrils. And then just do a kind of jiggy jaggy kind of scary toothy mouth like that. And then we're going to see some of this, the thickness again of the skin of the pumpkin there like that. And I think that's now, I'm just going to shade this bit in here really, really dark, but kind of not quite to the edge. So we'll leave a little bit of white for kind of like the edge, which will be the thickness of the material of the hat as well. So now here I'm going to do this. I'm going to imagine this is kind of really rough kind of cloth. So I'm going to do this in a really jiggy jaggy ziggy zaggy kind of style, and that can come there, and then we can make this, you know, it's just a torn off old sack or something, isn't it? And then we're going to want the stick that is sort of planted in, and we can maybe have that in the soil, and we can maybe have some bits of grass and things sticking up there along the bottom. And then we want to do these kind of scary hands, and so I'm going to come out a little bit, and I'm going to bring the thumb back, and we're going to imagine that these are kind of made out of a stick. So these are kind of sticky fingers, fingers made of sticks. And so you can do that, and then this will be more kind of hooky like that, and then again they're kind of like that and really thin. So come back a bit on the thumb, and then up, and we want to have this kind of hooked, clutching, curving kind of fingers like that. And remembering it's a stick, so it wants to be kind of thin and sticky. When you're absolutely sure that the ink is dried, then you can erase all those pencil lines. And then I'm going to put some shade up on here on the brim like that. And then I'm going to do the hat band in another way, and these get sort of further apart as you come to the middle like that. And again, then we need this kind of shade coming from the side like that on the top part there. Now I think we're going to need some shade underneath the pumpkin head, so I'm going to do this all the way around, and then I'm going to do it the other way. So this is cross hatching, so that will make it much darker, and then we'll get that coming that angle as well. So cross hatching the kind of opposite angle, and I think we can do quite a bit of just kind of cross hatching around to give it that kind of old sack kind of feel to it. So draw some 4, 5, 6 kind of strokes like that, and then some in the opposite direction, and that'll give you that kind of texture to give it that kind of old sacky kind of thing. And put some over the top there of where you've already done some as well, because you know the texture won't stop in the shadow, as it were, so you can kind of draw over the shadow sort of section. And then this stick's going to be very dark under there, and then we can maybe just kind of bring the shading down to the side there like that. And then you really want to just kind of shade in the whole of these hands, and as I'm doing it, and then it kind of reminds me of this sticky kind of feel. It reminds me of my favourite joke. What is brown and sticky? A stick. So while I'm shading this in, don't forget all the rest of this week. Over the weekend, I'm going to be doing a different Halloween video every day until Halloween. So make sure you come back again tomorrow, and make sure you are subscribed to the Draw Stuff Real Easy channel, where I show you how to draw stuff real easy. I had a really nice message this week. Somebody really kind of understood that, you know, I'm not just showing you, hey, look, I'm drawing a thing. I'm actually trying to show you how to draw it. So do keep coming back and make sure you are subscribed. Click that button now. So now I'm getting my trusty Pentel Aquash brush. You can find the details in the description box below. And it's just a watercolor paint brush. I'm using watercolor paints, and the paint, the water is in the handle, which just makes it really kind of quick and easy. I'm just going to put a little bit of sort of darker red in on the top, for kind of as if it's the sort of shadow of the hat. Then I'm just going to make the rest of it in this kind of darkish, sort of purpley colour, just to make him stand out. And maybe have the hat band a different colour too. And then as a last minute kind of thought, I'm going to shade in the eye, and because it just doesn't quite look scary enough somehow, we put some scary things in there, and there you are, how to draw a scary Pumpkinhead Scarecrow for Halloween, real easy. Start with the line going through the drawing like that, and then we're going to draw an X. So these lines will be slightly shorter, those will be slightly longer, and then we'll draw a line to about there. Right on this line here, we're going to draw a circle, and then in between those two lines we're going to draw a circle, and in between those two lines we're going to draw a circle, and then we're going to draw a kind of at the top of these lines we're going to draw these kind of triangle-y kind of shapes like that, which gives us the basic outline shape that we're after. Let's start about here. I'm going to go out and around, and then we're going to go into that kind of bubble, and these shapes that we've done are just as a guide really. We'll come around into there, and then we'll come up and around and into that little circle, around and into that little circle, and around, and then this is actually going to come down there because it's kind of hidden underneath, and then this is going to be the stalk, and here we could have a little spirally kind of thing, a little tendril. If you want to know how to draw a tendril, yes, I've done a drawing on how to draw tendrils as well. So we can draw these are the veins, and they will be going off up there, and then we can sort of flick extra veins in like that, and they will be sort of opposite each other. Then all you need to do is erase those pencil lines and go and find another of my videos showing you how to draw the pumpkin. To draw a pumpkin tendril, you'll need a pencil, a pen and an eraser, and then we can draw 3 little circles. Then that will give us the basic thing. Then this can come around like that, and that will come around like that, and that will come around like that, and that's going to go off into that direction. So let's see what happens. We can be a little bit more artistic with this maybe. We can come around there like that, and maybe make that just a little bit wider down there, and here we can follow that around to there. And we can maybe make this getting a little bit narrower as we're going around like that, and then this will do something similar around there, and then we can make this a little bit narrower and narrower, and then we can also make that go a little bit curly like that, as it's reaching out looking for something new. Then all you need to do is to erase those pencil lines, and then no one will never know how you worked it all out. And as a final touch, you can add a little bit of shading just in there too. We can maybe make that just a bit darker altogether, actually just kind of darken it up, just to sort of give that feeling of 3D. And there you go. Oh, you can maybe add a little bit of spooky Halloween kind of creepy. It's moving. And there you go. How to draw a pumpkin tendril. To draw a simple pumpkin, you're going to need a pencil and a pen and an eraser. You want to start by drawing a kind of a pumpkin shape like that. And then draw a line down and across and up. And this, we draw a little curve like that, and then another curve like that. A wiggle on the top, and that'll be your stalk. Now let's get a really evil looking pumpkin. So if we do a line like that, and that one goes up, and then we curve those down like that, that gives you kind of evil eyebrowsy kind of eyes and little nose. And then draw a big curve on either side like that, and just pencil in gently kind of across like that. And then we're going to want to do kind of teeth across there as well. Start with the stalk up at the top, and we'll come across there and do a little kind of flick around there, and then we can come in there, and that makes it kind of look a bit more 3D. Kind of down there and a curve, and then up to there, and you can maybe add a little bit more there to give that kind of pumpkin curvy kind of feel. And we come down there. If you want a little, you can have a little kind of bump at the bottom as well to give it that extra bit of pumpkinness. And we'll draw in those eyes. And then if we draw inside like that, and then shade that dark, then that sort of gives the thickness of the skin. And similarly there, if we do it like that, and now we can come and draw the mouth. Oh, I'll add an extra one in there. And here we're going to do this extra kind of thickness for the skin. So we go up and across, like that, up and across, and we'll do another one there. We can maybe have a bit there as well, that one that way. And then we just need to shade in all the bit in between. And in case you're wondering, I've switched to a Pentel brush pen because that fills it in a lot more quickly. And then when you're absolutely sure that the ink is dry, you can erase those pencil lines. You can add a few more little sort of lines like that to make that look like the twisted stalk up at the top. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of shading down here at the bottom, and maybe some vertical like that as well, just to make it look a bit darker, crossed over like that. And there you go, how to draw an evil pumpkin. To draw an open top pumpkin, you're going to need a pencil, a pen and an eraser. But start by drawing a nice round, ovally kind of pumpkin shape like that. And then up at the top, we need to draw another oval like that. And then what we're going to do is, if that's the middle, kind of draw these guidelines pointing in like that. Now we can draw the outline like that, and we can maybe then draw some kind of pumpkiny lumpy bits like that. Then when we get to here, we're going to do these little curves like that. And then here we're going to want to have a curve, and then another curve, and another curve, and then a sort of curve straight up. So curve, curve, curve straight up. And then here we're going to want to have little lines coming down, and we're going to join those up with a curve. So that's the thickness of the flesh of the pumpkin, where you've kind of sawn your way around to make an opening there like that. And then we're going to want to have a face on the front, so let's have something quite simple. When you're sketching and planning in pencil, press very, very gently, because otherwise it kind of makes it very difficult to erase later. So let's do something like that, and a little nose and another eye. And we're going to hack this mouth out like that. And then when you're absolutely sure that the ink is dry, you can erase all those pencil lines, so no one will know how you planned it or plotted out your drawing. And then here we're going to want to draw a line across there, because that's going to be the thickness of the flesh of the pumpkin, and the same there, and another one there. And let's have some kind of pumpkin-y lines coming down. Let's just do these with dots, these little sort of curvy lines like that, and then those can maybe come up there as well with little dots, so that makes it more pumpkin-y. And then what we're going to do is draw sort of more flesh there as well, so we've got a thickness of that part as well. We want one there too. And then we're going to draw these little flicky lines. Actually, they want to sort of come more in like that, so we get a curvy kind of feel, and then that will go straight, and then we want them to go slightly curvy on this side as well. And if you can flick them, you get a nice kind of pointy end to them like that, and that gives us that kind of shadow on the inside. And we can maybe do something similar in there. So if we flick down, like I say, you get that kind of pointy line, and that kind of gives you that nice sort of shaded, graduated shade kind of feel, like that as well there. And then we might want to put some shadow in underneath here, and have a little bit more over on that side. And we can just kind of put the shadows, so if the shadow's coming this way, we can make it just a little bit more shadowy on this side like that. And we could actually add some extra little bit of shadow in just under there as well. Maybe put some in there just to give that kind of curvy feel to the whole thing, and we can maybe join those bits there too. And there you go, how to draw an open-headed pumpkin. Hi there and welcome to Draw Stuff Real Easy, and today I'm going to show you very quickly how to draw a pumpkin. Now I've done this as a painting on Shoo Rayner drawing channel, so if you want to go and have a look there, then that will show you how to paint it. And we're just going to draw, that's the stalky bit, okay, and then you don't draw these lumpy, you know, the kind of the ball, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the word is. The kind of the blobbiness of the pumpkin. Don't make it so that you're drawing it all, and leave kind of, that will then kind of come around the back like that, okay. And then you're probably going to want to put a bit of kind of shading there like that, but you're also going to want to put it in kind of there as well. So I think you'll find you want a bit of shading coming in under there, and then that will be green or something on the top. We'll put a bit of shading in around the bottom to put it on the table. And there you are, how to draw a pumpkin real easy. If you enjoyed that, keep coming back to Shoo Rayner Drawing School. No, come back to Draw Stuff Real Easy on YouTube. I don't know who I am anymore. In the meantime, keep drawing, practice. And I'll see you next time. You take care now. Bye bye.